Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather and I am a Beyond Quantum Healing Hypnosis Practitioner. And I have a BQH session segment to share with you today. I had the pleasure of working with an amazing light worker yesterday for a very high energy session. The energy in the session was incredible. And I just wanted to give a little bit of context so that you'll understand some of the things that were coming through. So we started off the session with some technical difficulties. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes. And we ended up having to do the session on her phone, which is not the recommended way of doing a quantum healing session. But you know what? We pulled it off and it worked, and the session turned out fantastic. So we started the session, and as we were going through the induction, she became extremely emotional, and she could feel her guides just surrounding her and just sending all of this love. She said she felt so loved in this energy that was surrounding her, and it just felt like it was moving through her body. And there was this one point where I started to feel it. I could feel the energy coming in through my crown. It felt very tingly all throughout my body. And I had the overwhelming emotion. I thought I was going to start crying in the middle of the induction because it was so overwhelming to me. And I knew that I was also receiving this same love energy, which was so beautiful and so powerful. But I was almost saying, okay, guys, you're going to have to tune it down a little bit because I'm going to end up becoming emotional and I'm not going to get her where she needs to go. So it was really cool. It was a great way to start the session. We didn't really go into any past lives. Sometimes you don't need to go into a past life. It's not part of what you need to experience in your session. So we briefly took a look at like a whale type being. I don't think it was a whale. But a whale-like, mammal-like being, where she just experienced her life as very free and was very connected in with the water. And it was just pulling in this beautiful energy back into this current life experience. And then the rest of the first part of her session was really just working with a lot of different colored lights. She was seeing a lot of lights and a lot of almost like portals of light opening up, which is also can be very normal. It just depends on what you need for your session. And so where the session's going to pick up is we're talking with the higher self, and we're going through her list of questions. One of the things that she had a lot of questions around was she's been having this experience where she takes pictures, she takes photos, and when she looks at the photo, she's seeing different types of beings and different types of different colors, very vivid colors. She felt like she was seeing past life experiences. She was getting all this information intuitively, but you know how good we are at questioning and doubting and not believing in the things and the experiences that are happening to us sometimes. And we let that get in the way, and we're sort of like, well, I think I'm seeing these things, but then I'm not really sure. But she was actually even capturing images in water. So she felt guided to take a picture of her, I think it was her bathtub water. And in that image, she was seeing, I think it was the pictures of like crafts, like spaceship, and different types of beings. So when we started asking the higher self about these images and the pictures that she's taking, it said that she is spending a lot of her time in the fifth dimension, that's where her consciousness is existing more of the time than not. She's done a lot of the work to raise her frequency and vibration, so she's existing more on that plane. And when she takes pictures in that fifth dimensional energy, that she's capturing things that are around that you can't necessarily see with the naked eye, but they're there. And so there was a lot of information about what she's seeing, why she's seeing it, and what's coming through. She's actually seeing, she's continually photographing a gentleman that she feels very connected to. And this turns out to be I don't want to say twin flame because the higher self even said it's not really a twin flame, but it's close to what we would consider to be a twin flame energy. But it's another being that she's been very connected with throughout many lifetimes, and he is in her experience now to send her love and to support her from the other side. So I thought that was so beautiful, and just really cool that she's capturing pictures of him. I mean, that's pretty neat. So there's a lot of information that comes through about how we're creating New Earth and how to anchor in this light. I talk in a lot of my videos, meditations and things that I have on my channel about bringing light into the body. It's what we do in a quantum healing session, but it's something that you can do every single day. And you can push that energy down into the earth, which is assisting with the shift. It is assisting Gaia with her transformation. And of course, it's assisting you with raising your frequency and releasing that low density energy, the blocks and things that we have within the body. So in this session, her higher self talks about how she can tap the light. It refers to it as tapping. So bringing the energy in through the crown and anchoring it down into the heart, and then visualizing it moving into your hands. And for me, and I know she was feeling this as well during her session, she could feel the tingling sensation or the energy in the hands. I've come to find that in a lot of my sessions where I'm working with healers, they can feel like the higher self or the guides will turn up the energy within the body because it wants them to see the energy and the power that they have in their hands, and to know that, to experience it. So for me, because I work with the energy quite a bit and I do this, I can feel it pretty quickly in my hands, little tingly sensation. And even if you rub your hands together and sort of hold them close, like close together, and allow the energy to sort of move between your palms, and rub your hands back and forth, not together, but where they're maybe like an inch apart, you can feel that energy, and you can feel the energy that comes through your hands. So her higher self talked to her about tapping that energy into your auric field, the aura that exists around your body. And with the intention to do so, you can just bring that energy and you can tap it around you so that it strengthens your aura and keeps your energy nice and safe and protected. But you can also take that energy and you can sort of tap it, or just push it, or just visualize it flowing down into the ground. And that's bringing that energy into the earth, which is so important right now. So lots of great information about that, and so many other things that I think so many people will benefit from hearing. One of the themes, one of the things that the higher self repeated was that they wanted her to believe. I think at one point the higher self was saying, believe, believe, believe. You know, you've got to believe, because when you're on this journey and you're starting to raise your frequency, shift your consciousness, raise your vibration, you know, you're letting go of a lot of things in the third dimension, and you're sort of stepping into these higher states of consciousness. You start to experience things that are like supernatural or mystical or just not easily explained. And I don't know about you, but you know, when things started first happening to me, of course you doubt and you don't believe, and you think, am I losing my mind? Am I going crazy? Like, what's happening? And then we also worry so much about what other people are going to say or think, how they're going to respond, you know, how they're going to judge us. And it's hard, it's difficult. So her higher self brought through just this very powerful message of you need to believe in what's happening to you and not worry about anything else, not worry about what anybody else thinks or how they're going to respond, and just know that you are here for a bigger mission, a bigger purpose, and we're here to do that work. It's what we signed up for, even if you don't remember. It's what you signed up to do. So to trust that you are connected with your higher self. Trust your intuition. Trust your inner guidance. And just allow. I mean, that comes in for me so much. Trust, allow, surrender, let go, you know. And every time that I do, I can absolutely say when I stop doubting and analyzing and all of that stuff, I am always, every single time, guided exactly where I need to be. The things manifest that need to manifest, it works out perfectly. So that was a huge message from this higher self, to just believe in these experiences and know that they're okay, and just allow them to unfold for you. There was a lot of information about self-love, which you can't get enough self-love right now. We are going through some crazy shifts and changes, and the energy, it's been intense. So the best thing that you can do to work your way through any difficulties or challenges that you're experiencing is to bring in more self-love, to do more for yourself that lights you up. Just take care of yourself. So that was also a big message that came through. The end of the session was so touching for me because the higher self addressed me personally, and I still feel so much gratitude for that, because I can say just as much as she questions herself, and sometimes is like, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right things? Am I living my life in the way that I'm supposed to? I also need the validation, which I've gotten through many of my own quantum healing sessions, and it's amazing. But to hear another person's higher self come through and sort of validate that, and not just for me, but there's so many of us that have these missions, large, small, it doesn't matter. We're all here to help this shift that we're going through. And it's hard to see it because, we are sort of trusting in the unfolding of this new earth experience, and we don't really know what's going to happen. We don't know when it's going to happen or what that experience is going to be like. But it was so lovely just to have that extra validation that I'm on my path, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and helping other light workers and star seeds sort of expand even more into the person that they're here to be. So that was beautiful, and I send so much gratitude and love to the guides for all that we experienced yesterday. So this session is fantastic. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you in the next video. So she experienced some trauma when she was younger, and her parents divorced, and her dad was a bit abusive. What can you share with her about that?
Well, she had to go through, a lot of circumstances, and she knows this too. This is something she's realized that she's had to do to experience some deep emotions. She's very empathetic. She can sense what other people's going through strongly, and she can put herself there. And so, one of these situations that she's experienced, she had to feel with that separation of from her family. She had to learn to experience that, all part of her growth and love. She had to love herself, and she had to learn to love herself. It wasn't any experiences around her that's going to make her love herself. She had to keep being taken from all these different experiences of her life and these people and everything to become whole, to become her true self, because she wasn't healing. As long as she's got these people that she keeps clinging to try to help and not heal it herself, she can't become a whole person that way. She's had to keep realizing these traumatic experiences wasn't what brought her happiness. That's not what she came here for. She came here to be happy, and only way to get to her happiness is to work. Is only way to get to her happiness is to uh, be whole within herself, not not other people, not these other experiences. She had to become whole for herself in love and heal those spots that that she's got to know she can heal. She's got it. She's got that. She doesn't, she has a hard time believing that about herself. She's got a low self-esteem and self-worth, and she's working on it. She's doing good. She's really working on it, but it's still a lot more of being alone. It's hard for her to be alone, but by being alone, she can become heavier to be.
Who did she come here to be? What's her purpose in this life?
To shine her love into the world. She's a healer. Her love. She's healing the planet. She's come here for this. She's come here for the transition of the earth. So she's got to be love. She's got to feel love herself. She's got to feel love all around her. She's got to be love, because that's what she's healing. She's coming here to heal. She's healing the earth with our transition. That's why she's coming here. She's come through a lot of different time periods to heal the earth. She's a healer to the earth in many different lifetimes. She's come here to heal the earth. She's come here to heal the earth. And she's come through a lot of traumatic healings. And time periods, what she's seeing time periods of what she's healing about a lot of different things. And she's got to come here, and she's got to know that she's got to know that she can do this. She's done it before. She can do it again. She's come to heal earth. Great, very, very great way. She's got a lot of guides that are here. A lot of people that's to help heal, the healing that's going to be taking place everywhere around it. She's got to believe that she's put here for this, that she can do it, that she's being guided. It's not imagination. It's not somebody else. She's got to believe that she is that. She is the heal. She's the light. She's the love. She's got to realize she's that. She is everything for that. She's a great lot peak light that's being put into the earth, being tapped into the earth. So she's tapping that light and color into the earth. The pink light's being tapped everywhere in the earth. That's what she's doing.
So when we started this journey, there's been a few times that she felt so much love around her and beings around her. Can you tell her who she's surrounded with? Who are her guides? Who's there with her?
She has many. She's been in a lot. She's been through all these different lifetimes, and she's carried higher beings with her. She's got beings through lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of this being. They're supporting her. They know that this is what she's come here to do. She's come here to do this, and she's being supported. They're all trying to help her. Her photography is that the lights are coming through to be pushed out so that people can see the light, the color. She shares all that on her Facebook and her people in her life. She does this, and she knows it's her mission. She don't want to do it. She don't want to do it at all. She's pushing herself to do it. She's pushing herself because she knows that's what she's here for, and she's being pushed, but she don't want to do it. And she's got all this love and light, and this is coming out. It's coming out in her photography, and people are seeing it. They know. And they know it's different. They don't understand it. They don't understand what it is, but they are watching her. They know that it's for something great. It's being pushed, and she don't want to do it at all, but she's doing it. And it's really hard for her to do it because it's not something she's used to. It's foreign to her. She's scared of it. But every time she stops because she's scared, and then she'll stop and get in her mind, and then she pushes through, and then she does the next thing. But she's got to keep pushing through because it's all part of the plan. It's all part of why she's come here. She's come to put that light onto the earth and the color back onto the earth. And she's got to push. She's got to believe in herself. She's got to put the pink light through her body. She's got to put the pink light into the earth. It's all healing. It's all the healing light. She's got to keep tapping it into the earth.
So is that what's important for her to work with? Is it the pink light, or can she use any color of light in her meditations?
She can use any of it, but the pink light is the light. That's her favorite color. The breast cancer light. It's been her pink. Pink has been. Sometimes she can put herself in a bubble of pink light. She does it, and she feels the love. She feels the pink. Pink is the color she's supposed to be using the most, because that's the color that is being it's coming through her hands right now. I feel the energy is coming through her hands, and she's tapping her hand. See what's going on? The light is coming, and it's tapping through her hands. So the energy is coming through her hands, and it's pink, and it's being tapped all into her house right now. She's tapping it into the house right now. And it's love, but she's gotta know that it's not. She's gotta know it's good. This is all her purpose. She's knowing it. She's got a higher purpose. She knows it. She asks for guidance every day. She asks for to be led. She knows she's got a connection. She knows the connection. She knows it, but then she gets scared when it's stuff that you don't understand.
Mm.
You know.
So can you tell her more about the vortex that she experienced in North Carolina? What was that experience about?
Well, that experience in North Carolina was to help her grow to her next journey. She was getting the codes. The codes started there with all the different colors, see, and then the colors was coming through her photography. She's got a great seeing that she doesn't realize, but she does. And the light codes been being placed into her eyes. She's been having these light codes being placed in, and it's coming in through the light codes is coming through her eyes. It goes into the photography that she's coming out with. So she's seeing the things for her, but then she gets it, and then she gets scared, and then she don't understand. She's learning. She does all kinds of research all the time, and she knows the research. So she's learning, and she believes it. She knows this is real. She knows it's real. She's just got fear. The fear is what she's got under control into her boundaries, and she's working on trying to set some boundaries because she gets scared in her home space. She doesn't want anything evil, bad coming to her, Mm-hmm. So she's got to work on her fear.
Is that anything that she needs to worry about, having any negative energies come into her space, or is she safe and protected from that?
Yeah, so she's got this bubble of light, and sometimes she hears it. She don't know what it is. She hears like plastic outside her windows. She don't understand what the plastic sound is, and she can hear this tapping, and she gets messages and things that she don't understand. But it's a surrounded. Her whole place is protected. She's surrounded. It's only good stuff in her house, but she's got to, if she wants to set some boundaries, and that's fine, because if that's what makes her feel more comfortable. To set some out, she can set some boundaries, mm-hmm. To what she needs to do. But these are all good. This is things she's been asking for. She mm-hmm. wants to be guided. She wants to move into her purpose. She's in her purpose now. She's left her old life. Her old life doesn't even really exist anymore. She's living it more in the fifth dimension now. She's got a little bit still in this other life, but she's pretty much pushed through into these other dimensions, and the things that's coming through her photography is because she's living on the fifth dimension a lot now.
So is that the difference? Like if one person took a picture and they're still anchored in the third dimension, but someone in a higher dimension takes a picture, they're able to bring through those different
Yes.
dimensional
Yes.
colors.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because that's being there's because she's in that. She's into another dimension. Most of the time she's living it. She don't see everything of that other dimension yet because she doesn't want to see everything. She gets scared. She don't want to see it with her real eyes. But she's living mostly in that other dimension now. So the photography isn't as scary to her. If she takes a picture, she sees it through photography, and she's capturing all this. And the thing that she's capturing is actually there, they're there with her. These she don't capture really a lot. She notices there's not a lot of dark shadows, not darkness. For most of her photography is cheery, bright colors. It's cute stuff. It's happy. It's because she needs to feel that love. She's feeling that love coming through into this new world that's being created. She needs to feel what that feels like so she can feel that love in that photography. And then that way it gets carried into this world, see, with the love for the new world. Our new earth has to have a new energy. So that new energy is being captured in color being transferred and tapped into this new earth that she's in. The new earth she's in. She's created. She's a creator. She's got to believe that, but she's creating a new world.
Very good. So she said when she takes these pictures that she sees these different types of beings. And so these are actually beings in the fifth dimension that are around her, and she's able to capture those.
Yes.
Tell her a little bit about who these beings are.
Oh, they're just beings are just living a joyful life that she really was a happy life that she has inside of her that she's always known. You know what I mean? And so that realities, these other realities are these beings that she's captured, and these lights are from another dimension. These are color, bright, vivid. She's captured them, and she will love to share these photos with you. They're very. She just every photo just about she takes a picture. The thing the things she's captured are not in these pictures, or she doesn't see them. She takes a picture, and it's like you're being transported into a fairy tale like world. It's very very fairy tale, but it's not. It's very love based. These colors are pure source energy colors. They're vivid, most vivid colors you can imagine. They're not earthbound colors. They're very deep, and you can feel the love. You can feel the love in these creatures. They are all loving, bouncing around. There's little. She's had a lot of angels. She's captured her photos of angels coming in with messages, being placed on her fan. She's got them in her photos. These are encrypted messages. She doesn't understand. She sees it. She don't understand what the encryption is. But these encrypted messages are for the higher beings. They come in and they come into these encrypted messages, and they know exactly what she's needing for the next step of her life. They're protecting her. She's got very, very, very much protection around her. If she only knew, she's very protected, and her worries are not to be worried about. She's oh, a lot of white light coming in up there.
Beautiful.
So yeah, so the whole room's being filled with some white light.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah, and so the world's being transformed. She has a very positive attitude about things. A lot of people feel like they look up to her as a leader. She doesn't see herself as that, but she's a leader. They're looking to her more because they know she's very trustworthy. They believe her. They see her love in her heart, so they're being drawn to that. They're being drawn to her sincerity, and that this isn't. It might seem all imaginative, if they only knew all of it, they don't understand it. They're feared. but she can relate because she's been in fear too. She can relate to that fear because she's got that. She's working through it, but she can relate to what they feel like. So she can explain this stuff to them as she's learning it, as these messages, as the codes are coming in for her. She knows when she had meditation one day and the codes were being tapped into her eyes and she felt it. She knew it. She felt the codes being tapped into her eyes. And so she's got these codes that's coming in and her third eye. She's had a block there. She's like a stone covering that third eye. She couldn't see clearly because she's been scared. She's been scared to see. So we've had to work through a different way for her to see what's going on with that.
So how is her third eye looking after we did some work on that? Is it been
Yeah,
cleared now?
it's open. Yes, it's open. There's a white. Yes, it's clear.
Very
Yep.
good. And she wanted to know, she takes some photos and she feels like they're images from past lives. What can you tell her about
Yes,
that?
yes, they are. Yeah, she's right. She's listening to the higher self. Yeah, she's
Good.
listening because they really are. What she's asking for, what she doesn't really realize is what she's asking for now is almost instant because she's coming to the higher dimensions of a light. What she's asking for is presented right for her, right there, and she realizing it, but she don't realize it. She just scared, so she doesn't really know if she believes it, but she sees it, but it's true. As soon as because her vibration, she's keeping her vibration as high as she can, trying to keep her vibration. So what happens is when she's keeping that vibration up that high, she's actually able to manifest instantly. But her thoughts come in and stop it. Her fears come in and stop some things. But so she asked that day. Her vibration was very extremely high. She was very confident that day. She came in with a clear message of wanting to be shown her clear lives that day. And she got shown. And she's very, she's very visual person. So her camera was able to capture the pictures of this in her photography. That's because that's part of her, mission right now. That's part of what's being given to her is her photography. The lights they're coming through, very vivid photography. Was very scary to her. It's for her that she thought she, maybe possession or something like that. No, it's not possession. It's because she does feel so deep. Her empathicness, it feels very strong with feelings and colors and all this, that she was being shown vividly her past life, a very prominent past life that she had, and she was royalty in this past life. She was a royal being in this past life. That was one of her um, main past lives she had. So that was lots of love, see, and a lot of the creatures and things that she's showing in this photography came from that past life.
What type of being was she? Can you
She was
tell
well.
us?
She was like a queen. She was a queen, but it was the elephants is coming in. She's seen all these elephants lately, and the elephant being and elephants are, if you know this, are that the elephants are very royalty. They're all about family and love and connection, and they don't leave the other person. So they come. Her royalty family have come through because elephants are very about their family, and won't leave her. They know her mission, so they've come up. And yes, she's right about this. The clouds, the whole cloud, all these clouds is a higher realm. This is where she's from. This is where where this has come in from, is the higher realm. But it was a species of not species, a being, a higher being, and of royalty of this elephant lineage. And it was very these colors just show how bright her world was. It was a very beautiful, beautiful place to be. So they're coming in to remind her to remind her of where she's come from and how she's transforming the world she's in. She's becoming to transform this earth, this world, into what's getting ready to happen. It's happening now. So she's just got to tap her light. I'm doing it right now through her hands, and it's tapping, and that's what she's got to do. She's done this a couple times before, and she thought, oh, I'm supposed to do this, and then she wasn't sure. She thought she was just imagining it, but it's not true. She had some healing in North Carolina from a shaman, and so yeah, she started tapping, and this was her higher self coming through to her. So she's got to, when she goes, and I know she gets scattered because she gets scattered a lot, but she should take her hands, the energy's coming through her hands, and she should visualize the pink energy coming through her top of her head, through her body, and her heart, into her hands, and then tapping it into her field around her, so she can bring into the light, into the areas that she's being guided into her journeys. All she has to do is just remember to do some tapping with her hands. Just tap, tap, tap all around, so that she's tapping in that light energy that's coming in from a higher realm. It's being guided. She's being guided to do this. And it's making, she can't see it, so sometimes she questions it, but it's making a difference to this planet. It is actually bringing this new earth in faster if she will remember to tap her hands like this to create, the pink love. Visualize and see, I'm seeing the pink around me right now, so up in the sky. So that is a good thing too to do when she's tapping, is to actually visualize the love into her heart, because as it's expanding out all around her, so that's expanding out to all the beings, expanding out to into higher dimensions, expanding, it's creating this new world faster, if she'll remember to do this.
Very good. She said she sees a specific man in some of her images. Can you tell her who that is?
Yes, this was this was her twin flame.
Oh.
Yeah, she talks about twin flame, but this was, oh wow. So yeah, that's who it is.
So is it because she asked, that was one of her questions, is she meant to meet a twin in this life? What can you tell her?
She's met him. He's here now. He's with her now. She don't see him physically. He's not here physically, but she feels his presence. He's showing in her photography now, and there's a lot of love there. He's her main guide. He's the one that's from this higher realm with the skies, and with the, he does have an elephant dimensions. But it's a we can't really. It's hard to describe here on this earth, but what it is it's just a higher realm of being in the sky, in the clouds, and and she needs to capture more photography up in the sky, up in the clouds, and she's started working on that this week. It's starting to take more of, she didn't realize it, that there's another world of, in her photography with that. So so that's who her, if you want to say, it's not really, the word isn't really twin flame, but it is closest to a twin flame. Absolutely. It's another being that is a very high ascension calling that they had together, and he has come down here to help her. She asked for help when she was in North Carolina. She asked for help, and she was asking for, to bring love into her life, and to bring that person to help her. And she didn't expect this kind of person, but that's what she ended up getting, was her, a different, love that came in that's helping her on her mission, because that's actually higher purpose than a physical person. And she's realizing he's with her, and it's not scaring her as bad now. I think she's starting to realize that.
Beautiful. So she does want to know if she's going to meet somebody in the physical. So obviously, this person is non-physical. Does she
Yes,
have a person coming in her life
yes,
down the
yes,
road? What can you
yes.
share with her about that?
She's on the right track, because right now she's actually tapped into her calling, her higher purpose, and that's kind of that's her world right now. That's what, she's gotten all these light codes, she's getting all these messages, she's getting all this information, and she's trying to process it. It's taken a lot of her being, her conscious being, to process this. A lot of it being by herself is what she needs, because that's helping her integrate all this knowledge so that she can progress forward with her steps on this mission. So right now, she doesn't have the energy. She doesn't have what it is. She's gonna lose focus if that's brought into her right now. But she just stay on her path. She'll stay on her path, and continually to integrate what she's being told. Know that what she's being told from her higher self is higher self knowledge, and from her guides. Know that it's not imagination. She questions herself and her belief. It's not imagination. That's what mostly she needs to believe. That's one of her big words, is believe. She writes it everywhere. She don't stop believing. That's one of her sayings she's done when she went into breast cancer surgery. She sung it, and she believed, and we was with her through that. But she questions herself. So no, she needs to know that that person's going to be brought in when she integrates this knowledge, and it's the person that is going to help her with this. She doesn't need to be someone that she's helping anymore. She's helped too many people in her life that's drug her down with her empathic ways. It's hard for her. So the more that she can get her more that she can get her vibration up, the more that she can get her um, belief in herself, that she is powerful being, here, put here to do this mission. If she would believe this, that's what it is. Belief is what her biggest thing is. Once she believes, whew, she's going to take off. So, so
So
once people,
she
you know what I
said,
mean?
yes, absolutely. And I feel like this session is going to really help her with that. So I'm excited for her.
Oh,
She said in a
absolutely.
meditation that she was told um, to anchor in light grids from the
Yes,
Galactic Federation of Light. What is her
yes.
connection with the Galactic Federation?
She's the Galactic Federation. See,
Mm.
I know that sounds a little bit awkward.
Nope. Tell her about that.
Okay, so this will surprise her. She won't. She's wondered about it, and then thought it was craziness or whatever. So yes, that's where she's come from. Her very yes, and it's hard for her to believe. I feel that right now. Is
Just allow that
a shock,
resistance to
a
go
shock,
away.
a shock? Yes, but that's absolutely her. She's always never thought highly of herself at all. So this is a little shock, but that's where she's growing. See, once you start opening yourself up and you start becoming who you are, she has become who she was meant to be. See? So, but her belief is the block. That's the only block now, is her belief. Believe that she has this ability, this power, this she has this to channel. She has the power to create whatever she wants to create, to bring it into this existence. And she's seeing it, but then she questions it. She don't believe. That's her biggest message believe this is real. This is not fake. And she's went through a lot of lifetimes to get here for this. She came from the highest higher dimensions. The galactics. We are a higher being, obviously, but we have a higher source light energy coming in who she says is God, and we have this to guide us into this. We're all connected, obviously, but her mission was a very great mission. As a matter of fact, she's taken this photography. She's capturing these photos in water, and this has given her a more visible answers to herself. She's a question. That's why the pendulum don't work for her, right? Like she tries, and her friends don't understand, is because she hasn't believed that she that is her higher self. She starts questioning. She doesn't do her breathing, and she doesn't go into belief that it's working. That's why that's not working for her. So this pictures, she's real nonchalant when she takes her pictures, is why she's getting the whole picture. When she asks a question, she takes it nonchalantly, not thinking she's going to get a picture in that bath water when she gets out. And it's as vivid of a photograph as you can, as detailed as you can imagine, instantly with her answer. She's done this 2 times in the bathtub with a very vivid answer.
Okay, can you
And
explain that to us? So she's taking pictures into water and she's getting,
yes,
what is she able to see in the water, or what is the photography capturing?
well, she can't see it with her visual eyes
Right,
yet because she's
right.
had that blockage there. So, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't. So, but the photography is, it's energy. Water is very important. As a matter of fact, she's not drinking enough water to be conduit with what her messages and things, and it's energy. So the water is producing this energy and that's why she needs to be in water. That's why she loves her baths and her hot springs and her travel to these waterfalls and these tropical places. And the water is speaking to her. The
Mm.
water is speaking these messages, a higher frequency to her. A lot of it is in her photography also is being my fingers. So a lot of my fingers are being spread out. So a lot of these messages that are coming through the water is is being told to her for her purpose. So, as a matter of fact, so okay, for instance, one of her pictures that she took in the bathtub was of a higher being, um, the spaceship aircraft, and also you could vividly see the planets and the being in this aircraft. All right. Yes, she was a little freaked out. But the next time she took her photograph, her next question, because that photograph, if she will remember back, she asked if this was what she was supposed to be doing. Is this real? Is this what I'm supposed to be here doing? Am I on the right path? Okay. She got that. Okay. She asked her question out of the bathtub the other day of her question was, who are my spirit guides? Some that were vague, she couldn't really see, but very vividly, in 3 photographs she took, was her higher spirit guide that was on the side of her van. There he was, and he was by the aircraft, the same aircraft that she's seen those other beings. There he was, and she recognized him as being that. She thought, but then she questioned herself and didn't believe herself. Yes, that was him. And then she also captured the older man, twin flame person that she considers, her greatest love was there. He's guidance, very much love there. There he was in the photo. Also, she's captured him in many photos because it's a comfort. when she gets over her fear, she will realize it's a comfort that her spirit family has come back. Her spirit family has come back to help her. All these lifetimes of beings are with her. She just needs to realize it. She's captured a lot of them in her photographs, and she wondered, I wonder if this was past life. And it most definitely is past life. You know?
So she feels like she has seen herself sort of morph into one of these colorful beings. And
Yes.
there was one time where
Yes.
she experienced her mouth sort of shifting.
Yes.
What does she
Yes.
need to know about that?
Yeah. So that being the whole reason for that is because I know she doesn't believe this about herself, but what she believes really becomes reality. So her belief, that day she really believed that she was going to get an answer. She didn't sit around worry and fear. And guess what? Her belief was so strong that day that she was going to get answers. She got it to the max. She turned into this being that was once her in a past life. Yes. Now, this was her prominent position up there. And yes, the galactics, and this is all part of the galactic family up there. This is part of that whole realm. And that is who that's where she came. She not say sacrifice. She left the life there to come to do what she's doing. She left that out of love for what she was supposed to do. She sacrificed. You could say sacrificed herself, and that's why she has so much love from that planet, because they know they know what she is. She is love.
She's loved.
Yeah.
Yes. And what was she said she captured like a portal in her
Yes.
room one night.
She created that.
What was that portal to?
Well, this just shows, yes, this portal is going more into that fifth dimensional, up into the other dimensions. But actually, so she created the portal because of what it is she painted that. See, when she painted, she felt like she was supposed to dip her fingers, and she did not feel like she needed to use a paintbrush. It kept being, she could feel the colors vividly of what that paint was going to feel like. She had a dream about this one time of being the paintbrush and painting her life. She had a dream about this a long time ago. And she felt like she needed to put her fingers in this paint. She's got a friend that paints all this vivid stuff with paintbrush, but no, Rose did not want to do that. And so she puts her fingers into the paint, sets out into nature, grounds her feet into the ground, and paints a colorful, vortexy portal. Her friend comes over and says, I see a big eye in it right here. There's a big eye. Rose did not see the eye. Then she seen the eye. And she had it in her house, and she was reading all these books on portals. So it was becoming more real. She was gathering all this information, and she was really feeling it. She felt like she was this portal. She could feel the whole going into it. She could feel that whole swirling, like she was feeling in her, stuff a while ago. She could feel that swirling, and she created this portal in her room because that's what she was focused on, And so it just so happened she was focusing on these portals the day before, the day of, and so she created this portal. At the same time, she's asking for this to be shown her past lives. So, she was showing her past lives vividly in um this night, and it just so happened this portal was being created also, and she brought in all these colors came in from this portal, and she was creating this in her own bedroom space. She was creating what she was visualizing. She's capturing that. Nothing evil to this. Yes, there could be some evil that she needs to make sure to stay out. She's doing all the precautions. Nothing needs to be done. We're also protecting her. She's also being very, very protected, very protected. So that's not something that she needs to focus on the most. Absolutely not. This. She's coming for a higher calling. So that in this place she's at, she's just got to believe. Believe. That's the word she needs to remember.
Very good.
Yes.
So she was wondering, she feels like she does some time traveling, either to past lives, parallel universes, or other dimensions. Is she doing
Yeah.
that traveling when she's awake, or is that something she's experiencing in sleep state? What's happening?
She's well, she knows this too. She's in a higher dimension most of the times. Even her even going down the road, she did video twice now. It started scaring her, so she stopped. But she's done video going down the road, and when she slows her video down, she's capturing all these beings from other dimensions and them and everything. And then she had a day at her friend's last weekend where she was there, and she left feeling weird because she was feeling like she was going in and out of a dimension, and she had to lay down twice going home, and because she could feel herself floating back and forth, but she's got to get grounded. She's not get very important for her to be grounded in nature, because she's so high into the dimensions, that so high into this mission that she signed up for, that it's a lot of times she doesn't want to stay here. She doesn't want to be here. She wants to be somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Tell
She
her
doesn't.
what's the best way for her to ground her energy.
Oh, so yes, she's went to her friends to meditate, and she kept feeling she was being pulled to lay on the ground, and her friend thought that was crazy, and she thought it was crazy, but she was going with it because she's trying to go with how she's being led. She's doing really well with that, actually, is really listening to her body. So she's laying on the ground, and she was some yes. So she was being guided with some of these big orbs that she's been capturing. These big orbs had came, and she thought that they were coming in for something. And her friend's very psychically in tune, and mentioned maybe those were some blockages she was releasing, because she was opening her arms wide, and these big Rose didn't understand it. But yes, absolutely, these were being released from her. She was being some things were being released out of her that specific day. But what she realized was it didn't take her long to do her meditation. When she laid completely under the ground, she was able to ground herself into those grounding energies. And that's something that she needs to work on, in drinking her water.
Mm-hmm.
She don't want to take care of herself very well. And that it's very important that's a message that needs to come through also. She knows she's supposed to, but for some reason she doesn't take care of herself. It's a lack of love, self-love.
So that was one of her questions, actually, that I have
Yeah.
together was, how can she better begin to take care of herself? What are some great nutrition things for her, and how can she bring in more of that self-love?
Yes. So when she brings in, specifically, stay away from sugar, and stuff that she does when she gets nervous. So when she goes in to the store to buy her food, go in and pick out the most vibrant colors of the vegetables, like she's seen in her photos. That would be a good way for her to realize, that this is part of her mission. This is part of her mission. So for her, she's very visual, and so take time, slow down, and pick out the most vibrant colors, and feel the love and the nutrition and the energy that she's going to incorporate into her body to help with her guidance to pick out very vivid colors. And then guess what? When you get home, make it into a presentation that is visible, that you can see this colors that you're feeling. She can feel that as an empathic person. She can feel the colors. She can feel the textures, the nutrition in these very important vegetables and fruits, nourishment she's going to get. Mix these up into a very, very nice concoction that she can eat on for a few days. That way it's there visibly. She knows it's in the refrigerator. It's there. And that will keep her from wanting to grab things that are not good for her body.
Mm.
And water. A lot of water.
That's good advice for all of us, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. And so
Yeah.
just to bring in more self-love, what can you
Yes.
tell her about that?
Slow down. She wants to run in a hurry all the time. Slow down. Look what's around you. Feel what's around you. See what's around you. Feel that energy around you. Here, be present. Not hurry all the time. Presentness. Slow down. Turn some nice, she does this. Turn some nice music with the higher frequencies and things. That would be very nice. But to physically, she's all in her spirit world. She just wants not to be here. So when she slows down and to be present, the grounding is a very important aspect. The love will come in when she slows down and does things for her outward body that she doesn't really care nothing about. She just, the physical body, maybe she don't care, her mom cared too much or worried about, and then I don't know, incorporated some of that into Rose's mind. And so a lot of it is, it's okay. Self-care is love, and it's okay to take care of yourself. That's okay to do things because she is a human spirit, experiencing a human world right now. And that's part of this human experience, is to take care of fixing herself, of sit there and don't run and just do whatever. Sit there and think, what would Rose like to do today? What would make me feel good, even if it's time consuming? What makes my body feel better? What makes me joyous and happy? And sit there and think about it. Don't run. Think about what it is that I could do on this day, in this moment, and know that you are worthy of this. This is part of love, self-care. That would be good for her to do.
Very good. She wanted to know, she's already written 2 books about some of the experiences that she's had in her life and all of these new higher dimensional things. She wants to know if she should write a 3rd book about all of these new experiences.
Yes. She was guided on those books, and she knows that she didn't want to write. She didn't want to put herself out there. She was scared. She didn't want people to know about everything that had happened in her life. And it's helped people. As a matter of fact, this week she had gotten 2 confirmations, and someone has actually translated into another language the book. Took them a whole year to translate it to help these people that's coming out of this, mind control. And then another person's contacted her that she bought a bunch of books free for a lot of people to help them. Spent so much of her money to help these people. And one person this week got in contact with the main guy of the book, wanting to get in contact with her because I changed her life totally from the book, and needed me back in her life. And that was confirmation on the book, because I had just, Rose had just started, making this office area to write a book. She's feeling she's supposed to do that, and was making this office area, and it was confirmation to her that she's on her right track, that this information is very important for her to do, So slow down. Just slow down, because the information is divinely guided. It is messages. It's not something she's got to hurry and learn and do and go and do. No, that's not what this is going to be about. So her messages are going to be channeled messages. So when her messages are coming through, it will be the perfect timing. She needs just to prepare, not get overwhelmed, because that's when she stops. Slowly prepare this office space to feel nothing but love and light and creativity in this room, and whatever it takes to make it feel good to her. And then the book will become her own book. It's not a shared, collaborated book as her other ones. This is something, a work of art that she's creating herself. That she needs to know she's capable of doing. So it's and it will come through in her work to help a lot of people that's going to come through this transitional state that is coming out of this mind control. A lot of them will be this mind control religion she was in, that she will be helping to see what's to come out of the fear that she has felt. She knows what this is feeling like, to help them along that journey. That's a lot of her calling for this mission.
Very good.
Yeah.
So she also wanted to know, and in the beginning of the session, she experienced herself swimming as a whale, but she thought she also could be a dolphin. What
Yes.
could you tell her about those types of beings?
Yes. So these are dimensional beings. And so what she's feeling like could be a dolphin, um, this is part of her. She's all part of that. Why she's going through these different uh, portals that she was going through. This was her, and yeah, she was a mammal type in another life. It maybe not a whale per se, but similar. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so she's felt so peaceful in that area. The water was so loving for her. She felt the love of this water, and she, and part of that is with her now. So a lot of the water has always been with her, and some of these other lifetimes she's carried over, because that is her most healing spot she can be in. Is in this water. The water speaks. The water has energy, powerful energy, that is very conducive to her being. She needs this. She knows this. It's very purifying. She takes salt baths and things like that, and that this is part of that purification. To help her energy field, to help her being, to eliminate these negative energies that she might take on from other beings, around her. This is very important for her, even when she doesn't feel like it. Sometimes she just gets depressed a lot, gets a depression about herself, and a lot of it's in her mind. And then she doesn't want to take care of herself, and she doesn't want to do sweet things, things that are caring for herself. She doesn't do. She reverts back to a lack of self-care, and then a lot of this has stemmed from her childhood too. She didn't have the nurturing she needed, and she's nurtured everyone around her whole life. But that all integrates into her mission, and into learning that she's got to believe in herself and self-love. That's her main thing. That's her main thing that she's got to know. And once she knows, she better watch out. She will go fast, and things will happen. She just won't believe it. Things before her eyes, that it's just going to manifest, real quickly.
an amazing quickness to them, you know. So that's something that is something very to look forward to, you know.
Oh, that's wonderful. So,
Yeah.
can we take a look back through her body? Because we did a lot of work with the releasing and some
Yes,
blockages.
yes,
How is
yes.
that looking now with the work that you've been doing?
Yes, it does feel very good. The
Okay.
throat area might need a little work, and
Okay.
also, you know, possibly if we can have maybe, you know, the spirit being our collaborated effort possibly to help her with her fear. Um, she has so much fear integrated in her that maybe we can release some of the fear, you know, off
Absolutely. Where is
of,
that fear being held in the body?
well,
Or is it all just all within her?
her throat, mostly her throat and her stomach area. Her stomach and her throat area is very is a lot of it. Yes,
Okay. Is
she's
that
carrying a lot of fear.
is that something that we can just release for her today, or do we need to take a deeper
Uh
look at that?
okay, so the throat area just needs white light, just a lot of white light shown into that area
Mm-hmm.
to unblock that. You know, she's scared to speak. It goes way back to many lifetimes, and it's just something that it's one of her, you know, things. So yes, there's a lot of white light, uh, yes, it's opening up now. I feel a lot of white energy in a
Mm-hmm.
circle. Yeah, yeah, yes. So
Just
that's
allow that to
open,
flow.
yes, yes. And yes, it's going through her whole body now. That's opening up like a portal through her
Mm-hmm.
whole body. See, there's white light. She's feeling it all through her sensations through her whole body now. And in her field, yes. And then yes, her stomach area needs uh let's see, probably I'm feeling some heaviness still there. I feel like there's maybe we could just lift it off like it would be like a stone. That would probably be the best way to peel that off
Mm-hmm.
area, you know, because it's kind of a big area around there. Maybe peel that off like it'd be a stone. Shoot some white light into that area. Beams of white. Oh yeah, there you. Yes, absolutely. She's feeling it. Yes, it's being integrated. Oh, yes. And then also the the pink energy that she loves so much will help her reinforce the get rid of the fears, you know, to put that pink energy of love into that area.
And
Yes,
should she work with this light, this pink light, or even a different
yes,
color light on a regular basis to sort of transmute those fears? Can she do that?
yes. So she gets a little overwhelmed very easy and then doesn't know what to start with. Okay. So the pink and the white are her main colors. Okay. When she's visualizing the light coming from above, and she can see this, she sees it as white light coming, and that's perfectly fine. That's exactly what she needs to be visualizing because that's pure white light and it's very healing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then when she has it coming through her body, she's visualizing it. Sometimes she has a problem with it stopping. It won't go all the way through her body. So if she will actually feel that white light turning into an iridescent pink, sparkly light, it's going to come in through her crown chakra. Automatically, she needs to start visualizing this into her face area. Remember her past life and her all are bright colors and her vivid reconnection. This will help her to feel that being, strong being that she was. When that white light comes in, that face, her face starts turning, feel a pink, white, iridescent, and keep the white incorporated into this pink and sparkly light energy will start going down and filling her whole body up. Also include her field around her energetic field needs to be included in this so that she's completely sealed with this white, pink love energy of sparkly light. She will be enclosed in this. She has a hard time visualizing a light source around her to protect her energetic being from these outside entities and things that come in onto her. So if she will daily, she has a hard time. She doesn't do this daily at all. Uh, be can visualize this enclosement area will be around her whole body, circled. She needs to visualize like she's drawing it with a pencil, an artist. She's creating this, drawing a line that will surround her whole body being. This will protect her from any outside things that will come in. Her whole being, she will feel this white, sparkly, vibrant love energy that will help her love herself more in the process of protection. And this is something that would be a very good thing to do daily.
Oh, very good. That's beautiful. Thank you for that information. Is there anything that I missed today that you would like Rose to know? Any final messages?
Well, I think we've touched on a lot of stuff. Rose needs to know that her love for herself, she's feeling this lately. So I'm very proud of her. She's feeling this. Because she's transformed a lot. But she's feeling the less need for this love interest in her life. And she's worried that later on she's not going to care at all about anybody and never have a partner. This is not the case. What's happening is it's allowing her to get all the information she needs to become the highest being, and then she can become the most powerful. Powerful is a good word for her to put in her words. She just did an affirmation daily. Powerful, along with a belief system to believe in herself and love. But powerful. She wasn't allowed to have that word. She wasn't allowed to have any love for herself growing up. She was told that was too thinking too highly of yourself. Get that word out. Get that out of that mindset. Totally powerful. It's okay. Use powerful words. Put powerful affirmations in your home. Put powerful pictures of light. She's lived in a lot of gray clothes and brown clothes and muted clothes for a long time, and she's incorporating color in her world now. I'm so happy for this. But it's okay to be happy. It's okay to have a home of light, powerful home. She's worthy. She's worthy to love herself this way. It's healthy. It's what she's come here to do. She's going to show these other beings what this is like. She's learned a lot of knowledge. Susan Jeffers and Wayne Dyer and all them came in. They're all in her. She knows this. They're all her spirit people. Also, they came along her path with books that come in her path, but people that she just stumbled across when she was asking for to be led. Dora Carpenter, obviously, but she's had all these people that's come into her life for her big book too, also that she's writing. All her these powerful affirmation, all this love that she's learned. Her biggest lesson is to love herself. And guess what? That's her biggest message to these people. These people don't, these humans are lost. They don't love. They don't know how to love themselves. They weren't taught to love themselves in the real world. Rose has really worked. That's what she's done most of her life. She's worked so hard on this. She's worked continually. That's what she knows. She knows this. Just the belief. Just the belief of to act on what she's learned. She's got so much knowledge. It's overwhelming how much knowledge Rose has. Belief. Belief will integrate the knowledge. She's worried she's not going to remember this knowledge. She's worried that this is useless knowledge. What do I do with this? Guess what? As soon as she believes, the session's helping her. As soon as she believes this, everything, her reality will change. All the knowledge she's had all these years will pour through her. And it'll pour out into this world. There's so many people that are lost in this world right now. She's going to guide these people. She's got it. Come on, Rose. She's got it. Belief. So this is it. Do let yourself love with crafts. You don't do crafting. You're started now. I'm so proud. She finally started crafting just this month. And by allowing herself, she didn't feel worthy. See, why sit here and craft where I could be helping somebody? I could be doing something else. No, this is for Rose. It's okay. Sit here. It's okay to not have anything on your mind, to get into this creative space of crafting. This is true love. This is what love is. Get lost in this space, this time space. This is where your messages will happen. This is where your light will happen. This is what is going into the universe. This is worthy of what you are creating. Yes, create. This is why. This is why you are here. You're creating the new world, the new earth. Paint that new earth. Paint it visually. You dip your fingers into this paint. Dip your hands into the colors of vibrancy. When you put it onto that canvas, this is creating it into reality, just like your vortex. See? You have photos. You created that. Once you put your fingers into this color, it will take you to another realm. And then you will create this work of art that is real. Hang it into your space of color, of vibrancy, of frequency, white light. Create the world like you lived in with all those bright colors. That being that she was, of bright colors, of majesty, of being. You are that person. Integrate that belief system. Integrate that. Create it. And once you do, the whole world's going to open up to a world like you have never dreamed possible.
Oh, thank you. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I think that's going to give Rose a lot to open up and expand into.
Yes. A lot there. Sorry.
No, you're good. That was absolutely beautiful. It's so
You will
much helpful.
understand
Yes,
you
that
know.
this is helping to expand her into who she truly is. So
Yes.
we thank you so much for bringing forward all of this
Thank you.
information for Rose
Thank
today.
you.
It's been a
And
pleasure.
sending all kinds of love and light to you because you're here doing your galactic mission also. You're here too. You've got a big calling, you know this, and you're doing it. You're see how you've taken Rose to your next level? This wasn't coincidental. No. She found this just like she's found the other people that has got her here today. She found you and was guided. She acted on that guidance, knowing that that's who she was supposed to connect to. She knew, acted on that because she was acting on her higher self or intuition. And so are you. You are put here for your next stage. The light workers, the beings of light that is changing this earth are being put together now. It's not so much of, oh, well, let's help this person, let's help that. No, help yourself first. Once you help yourself, see, then look how it's being brought out. Like what you've done, look what you've done. And it's being brought out into this next stage for Rose to incorporate, to change this planet. You're all being called here for this mission. You are also here to change this earth. You're changing this earth. Do you see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. You're bringing tears to my eyes over here.
Yes, there's light. There's lots of light and energy coming through Rose's hands towards the phone. So
Oh,
it's
I,
it's a team effort, you know.
I feel it. And I even felt I just want to thank her guides at the beginning of the session. I know she got very emotional, and there was a period where I could feel that love being, it felt like it was being aimed towards me as well. So I had
Yes,
to, I had to
yes, it
hold it
was.
together.
It was absolutely was. Yes, yes.
Thank you
So
so
see all the things that you have as empathic people, and a lot of the things you've been through wasn't for no reason. The things you've been through in your life was very hard, very hard struggle than what more than most people that's been put here. Guess what? You learned those lessons. You came out of it to help those other people for the great seeing of it. You helped yourself. But guess what? Now is where you create your reality you really want. Now is where your blessings will happen. There's a greatness coming in, a great lush. I want to say lush because I'm thinking of colors also in the mix, but very lush colors are coming in to help us, to help you. We're being drawn in for this life we are creating. We are creating a world that is needed, that people are needing. We're here for the highest, greatest calling. So feel the power of that, and you also feel what you are creating. Do you feel this?
I feel it.
Yes.
Mm.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. What a joy this session has been today. So if there are no final messages, I'm going to begin to bring Rose back. Are we complete today?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'll just allow you to retreat back to your dimension and time. We're going to begin to bring your light body back to your physical body now.